Hey, welcome back to another episode of DudeWutPodcast. My name's Harry Dowling, and this time I am joined by my great friend. It's Mr. Ben Thorne-Williams. How the hell you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really happy that I could get you on the podcast this week, dude. It's been absolutely ages.
It has. Good to be back on
since
here.
we had like a proper phone call chat, dude.
I think literally the last podcast was probably the last time we had a proper chat. Yeah.
I think it was. I mean, like we chat on Facebook, and we're in a Discord group and stuff as well. Like in terms of like properly having a chat. Yeah, it's great that I could get you on, man. Yeah. And this episode we are going to be talking about the best cover songs. We were actually going to do something else. We were going to do basically like trying to create a comic book character and like basically a setting and everything all in the space of like 20 minutes. But I thought that might be a bit ambitious.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing cover songs. But before, I thought it might be like, damn, like what are we going to call him? And both of us just being like, you know. But before we get to any of that, what have you been up to, man? How's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. It was my last day off of work today. I ended up having to go at 9 o'clock in the morning to do a fire safety course, which was pretty rough. Oh, right. Because obviously I've been working nights, so I had about 1 hour sleep. I was up until like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then had to be there at 9. So I'm probably on about 30 hours awake on like 1 hour nap at the moment, to be honest.
How are you still functioning, bro?
Yeah, pretty gnarly.
That's extreme. Like the clocks went forward this Saturday just gone, and me and Fee were having a bit of a late one. We were just like watching stuff, and I looked at my phone. I thought it's coming up to whatever time, and then next time I looked, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still shattered from Saturday night. So I don't know how the hell you're coping on 1 hour sleep, dude.
Yeah, I don't know either, to be honest. I'm still here, so.
Yeah. Well, don't try not to pass out during this podcast.
I'll be alright. I'll be alright.
Because I won't edit it, so we'll just hear you snoring or some shit.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Also today is mine and Amy's second year anniversary.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, badass, bro.
So we spent it putting out fires together in the service yard.
Okay. Where does she work?
She works at Willowbrook, man. Got her job as housekeeping.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh, badass, man. That's really cool, dude.
Yeah. We work together.
I thought they just letting someone else come in and like put some fires out.
We work together on the same night shift.
Oh, that's like the ultimate setup, bro.
Yeah, it is.
I keep saying to Fee, like, she needs to get in the job and start flogging some carpets with me, but she doesn't fancy it.
It's good being both on the same 4 on 4 off as well, because obviously we're working together the 4 shifts, and then we got the 4 days off together straight after. It's working out pretty good.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's really cool, dude. Yeah, that's really, really cool. I wish that me and Fee, worked together. I think that'd be sick. But no, fair play, man. Fair play. 2 years. That's flown by.
Yeah, it has. It's gone really quick. It doesn't feel like it's been 2 years.
Yeah, man. I think me and Fee, we're struggling to even remember like how long it's been for us. We're thinking it's either 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Oh, kitten.
Like, well
Sorry,
done.
everyone. My cat has just you might have been heard some scrapping. My cat has just busted into the room, jumped on my lap, and started doing that thing that cats do where they just like shoulder barge something. And she has shoulder barged my mic stand. And it's probably I can see the wavelength. It's probably made a pretty awful sound. So,
I think it's alright.
Yeah, hopefully she doesn't. Oh, she's coming back. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah, 2 years. That's pretty cool, dude. I say, I don't. Have I even met her yet?
Nah, don't think so. Yeah, crazy.
That means it's been over 2 years since we last saw each other, bro.
Yep.
I think I've moved house twice since I last saw you.
I mean, I finally passed my driving theory, so when I'm driving, I'll be able to come up and chill.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but me too. I think we're pretty much at the same stage. I finally passed mine as well. So yeah, likewise. I've actually thought I've just put my motorbike back on the road. As I was going to say, something I've been doing loads recently is loads more motorbiking the past couple of weeks. I sort of fancy a nice slow ride down to Bristol at some point, so I was thinking about dropping you a line. I mean, it's going to take me most of a day to get there on this little thing.
No, that'd be cool though.
Yeah, no, that would be cool, yeah. And if you still live in that massive house with loads of rooms, maybe I could crash over or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. We've got room. We've got like a legit spare room.
Yeah, man. We'll have to work something out for sure.
Yeah.
Fair play, yeah, man. Well, yeah, like I've been, as I just said, I've been doing loads of motorbiking this week. Really, really enjoying it. We've been in that a weird like 4 days of like really, really nice weather. Really hot, really sunny, perfect for biking. Nice. I went for a picnic in the park yesterday with my mom. Yesterday, for anyone listening, it was Mother's Day, so I took my mom out. We went for a nice picnic, and I mean, other than just biking around and that, it's just working. Oh my god, my cat just launched from one side of the room onto the other side of the room, hit a load of papers, and just did an ultimate power slide and almost hit me straight in the face. Bear with me, everyone. I need to throw this kitten out the room and make it a bit more secure so she doesn't get back in. Bear with. All right, we're good. Room secure, everyone. Yeah, no, I've been playing loads of Xbox recently, man. You've been gaming much? You still a PS boy?
I haven't been playing any games, man. I haven't played games for quite a while.
You used to like the old a bit of Call of Duty, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to play it quite a bit, yeah. I used to love Warzone for sure. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I play a bit of Warzone every now and again, but I mainly just play the Rebirth thing rather than the actual Warzone.
I'm not sure I played that. It was a while ago.
It's the sort of like Alcatraz map thing. It's just smaller, faster games, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's pretty good. But no, as I've said on the last few podcasts, I've been working my way through all of the Batman games recently.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really enjoying them. But the other night, I was playing a bit of Arkham Knight, and it just hit me like this wall of fatigue of Batman hit me. And I was like, I physically cannot play another minute tonight. So I went on Game Pass, had a little look what's out, and that Guardians of the Galaxy game is on Game Pass.
I've heard that's really good.
It's really good, man. It's really good, yeah.
I wanted to try it out.
It's like, it's just so funny. Like, I was playing it with headphones on, and I'm sat next to Fee because she's doing some work. And it's so well written that I'm literally laughing like constantly. And she's like, shut the fuck up, what are you laughing about? And I was like, I need to unplug the headphones so you can hear the dialogue. Because it's just really good. Yeah, surprisingly good compared to the Avengers game, which was an absolute steaming heap.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the Avengers game, like the first half hour or something. And it was,
it's not great. It's not great.
I do really want to try out that Guardians of the Galaxy one though.
Mate, as someone who I know you're a big Marvel fanboy, like myself.
Yeah.
You will absolutely love it. You will love it.
I'll have to give it a go.
Yeah, definitely. It's really good, man. It's really good. Bro.
Yeah.
So, one of the reasons why we were going to do a comic book sort of episode, before it turned into cover songs, we were going to do a sort of comic book episode is because you've got a project on. I was going to say at the minute, you've had a project going on for a little while now.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have a little bit of a chat about that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what have you been working on, and why have you been doing it, bro?
So I've been working on like a set of NFTs, which are basically like digital art pieces, and they're based on the characters of an original story idea that I've been kind of brainstorming for the past few years. It's called Skull Save Mary, and it was actually I was with you. It was like
I remember.
Yeah, it was like originally kind of a joint inception that we had together when we were hanging out in like 2018, I think it was. and we had a lot of fun.
That's a while back.
We had a lot of fun thinking up cool plots and characters for the story.
Yeah.
And since then, I've been trying to kind of think of a good way to bring it to life. And I did try kind of writing it as a novel to start with, but
so you tried doing it as a novel, and then didn't you try doing it as like a full on like comic book at one point?
I was thinking about it, but comic book art is like super expensive.
Yeah. I remember chatting to you about it, and you being like, "Damn, this guy wants to charge me this much just for one page."
I mean, I could probably find somebody to do it cheaper, but I'd want it to look good the first time.
Yeah.
But I've kind of like found a way that I think it might be a really cool way to do the project, which is like through crypto and NFTs.
Yeah. So the last time you were on the podcast, you and I still sometimes do refer to you as like Mr. Crypto.
Yeah.
You're the man in the know. If anyone has any crypto questions, email DudeWutPodcast and we'll send them straight to Ben. He will answer them. So, how is crypto like involved in the whole thing?
So I'm making the character NFTs using a crypto called Algorand, which is like a blockchain technology platform, which basically allows people to make wallets. And then you can buy, collect, and trade digital assets that are built on the Algorand blockchain, which are known as Algorand standard assets. Yeah, and you can like trade them and sell them between anybody else in the world that has one of those wallets. And you do it by having the actual token called Algos, like the Algorand token. It's their native token.
Yeah.
And it uses that for transaction fees on the blockchain. So you can make, your NFTs, digital assets and stuff like that, and then you trade it to other people using the Algos.
Yeah.
The cool thing about it is the transactions, they only take like a few seconds to go through. Like, I think I sent you a piece the other day.
Oh, instant.
It literally landed in your wallet, like as I pressed send.
Yeah, I watched it. It full on was just like ding, and you were like, you got it, and I was like,
it cost me nothing to send it to you, like.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy. So yeah, I've kind of hired an artist who's working on the characters for me. I'm buying them on like kind of a commission kind of thing, and he's sending me the files. Yeah. So then I put them into the software, and I kind of recolor and construct them so they all look different.
So I was wondering if because I've seen that you've got like, I don't know how many, like what, 41?
Yeah, I've made 47 so far of the same character, but
47
different.
Yeah, who's the character?
So it's a character. It's called Ethlum, and it's kind of been the main bad guy that we had in mind. I think he was called like Samhar.
Yeah.
Ethlum is going to be his kind of he was like a king kind of guy. Like Ethlum's going to kind of be his jester kind of pet thing.
It's a super cool. It's a super cool picture. Like it's like it's like a creepy body with like a massive eye with like a big jester head.
Yeah, it's like a Cyclops jester. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was going to ask if you were paying someone to like do all these variations, but you say you're doing those yourself.
No. So I'm paying somebody to do the original line art. So like the actual what it looks like, and then I'm taking the file, recoloring it, and putting different traits together to make them all look different. Yeah, and then making a load of different copies, and that's how I'm doing it.
It's sick. I have one. I've looked at all of the ones in there, and they all look super cool.
Yeah, they do. They look cool.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, planning on getting all of the characters done like that.
And so, roughly, how many characters?
I'm going to aim for 10 to start with, and I'm going to make 1,000 each of them. Yeah.
Okay, that's loads. I mean, it sounds like loads.
Yeah, it sounds like loads, but if you think about if the project kind of grows how I want it to grow, and even if you get like 10,000 people following the project, then they could only have one each anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Yeah. So you're going to sit there and you're going to manually recolor it. Yeah. 10,000 of these things.
Yeah. At the moment, I know it sounds crazy, but at the moment, it's I've sold like 33 of them for probably around £15 each, and it takes me maybe 10 to 15 minutes to make one.
Well, there you go. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, it's a good way to like build funds up for the project that I can then use to now hiring a comic book artist. Yeah, doesn't sound too crazy. You know what I mean?
No, defo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool, man. Yeah. So You said about NFTs.
Yeah.
And what does that stand for again?
Non-fungible token.
And what does that actually mean? Because
it's
I like everyone else has heard of NFTs, and I actually messaged you this a few days ago because maybe about a month ago it was NFT NFT mania was going on, and it was like all these companies were like, we're making a game like NFTs, like with Ubisoft and loads of other companies opened like NFT stores and stuff. But in the past few weeks, it's gone a little quiet for the someone who doesn't really know anything about it.
I mean, I think the whole crypto market's gone a little bit quiet over the past couple of weeks because of what's been going on in the world. I think not just crypto, but like the whole stock market has been crashed. So I think that's got quite a bit to do with what's going on, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, but, fair enough.
Yeah, NFTs are basically just a way of digitally owning something. Like you've got your like image or picture. It has its own like code. You can like search it on the blockchain. It's in your wallet, so nobody can dispute that you own that certain asset.
Okay, yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool stuff, dude. Yeah. So this project, how are you planning to like build it? How is it going to go?
So I'm currently hosting the project on Discord. I'm kind of hoping to build up quite a decent community on Discord. So I'm just I'm creating the art pieces based on the characters, and I'll be selling them to people in the Discord community that I've got going. I think at the moment I've got around 20 to 25 people holding the NFTs. And as I keep selling the character NFTs, I'm going to be putting quite a lot of the funds that I get from the sales into like a dedicated development fund for the project.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll be saving probably about half of all of the sales that I get, putting it into a development fund, and then using that fund to do things like hire a comic book artist.
Yeah.
To start actually working on the story properly. Making a website. Stuff like that. Anything.
Sweet. So have you already made a website? Because I thought I saw something on there earlier that you've started one or something.
Yeah, I made like a little. It's nothing too crazy. I just made like a little starter one to get things going. I did that last night. I didn't cost any. I think it cost like £10 to buy the web address, the domain.
Oh yeah.
£10 a year or something to get that.
Oh, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah. And then I just made the site.
I don't know. I thought that a domain name or something like that would cost a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I bought it through Google, and then I made the site using Google Sites. So it's actually pretty easy. I thought it'd be a lot more difficult.
What are we drinking?
If I don't know, maybe in a year or so, if the podcast is doing a little better, I might have to start doing that for the podcast or something. Yeah. Every now and again I have an email from someone who's like, I built you a website, like, and I look at it and it's like, it looks all right, but the only thing you can do on it is basically just like a website with an embedded Spotify or something.
Yeah, that's basically all mine is at the moment anyway. Like I just got the link to the gallery, the collection, my Discord, the Twitter for the project. Eventually what I'm hoping to have is like character profiles for all of the characters set up on the website.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like background story stuff for all of the characters as well. And then eventually what I'm hoping to have is like a full website with kind of what I'm hoping to have is like an interactive kind of story experience where like a choose your path kind of thing where you can like choose your way through the story.
Sweet. So that was what I was going to ask you next is like this project. We've sort of mentioned that it's like it was going to be a comic book, it was going to be a book, there's all these characters and you're getting the characters drawn.
Yeah.
But like what do you what do you want it to be? Like what's the like ultimate end goal? Is it going to be you said like a choose your adventure thing. Is it going to be like physical, like a graphic novel, or is it going to be like
I would like it to be that. I would like to start off with it being like a graphic kind of novel, or just like an interactive story that you can choose your path But obviously, I think the end goal when you make something like this, it has to be to make the story good enough for it to get like a Netflix adaptation or something. Like,
I'll tell you what's better than Netflix, man. Sell it to Sony. Tom Holland as Scorsese.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can see it already.
He could do it as well, man. He could pull it off.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously the dream. Like
we spoke about it a little bit. This wasn't something I was going to ask you, but like I know because I had a little bit of input with some of these characters in the story. But like briefly, what is it? What's it called? What is it?
Oh, the story.
Yeah.
So it's called Skull Sage Mary. Do you want me to go into like the actual plot?
Yeah, if like briefly, yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically about it's really kind of like complex.
It's got a lot of lore to it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a weird story. I'm sure you remember a lot of it.
I remember bits of it. Yeah, I remember it. It's about worlds and
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, man, when we last spoke about it, it literally was like 2018. So yeah, I'm sure you've had like sort of built on it quite a lot.
In like kind of like a copy of like an ancient Egyptian kind of like a kind of Egyptian realm where like an Egyptian king has been killed and he's like been put in his tomb, and like somehow a portal has appeared in his tomb to like a different realm where it's kind of like a copy of like an ancient Egyptian style place. And then the main character gets kidnapped by tomb raiders that have gone into that tomb, found the portal, and pulled her through. So she's been pulled from that realm back to Earth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then, okay. Yeah. I remember now.
And then her pet cat gets like shot in the head in like the first chapter, and she gets like hit and she gets amnesia and stuff. And then it's her basically figuring out who she is, and then getting back to her home realm.
That's pretty cool, man. I mean, like, since we spoke about this sort of thing, anytime now I have like an idea of a story or something, I won't write it down. What I'll do is I'll literally just send it to you. And I had one ages ago that was about like I don't know, like devils and stuff. It's usually a dream. It's usually a dream that I have, and I'm like, I gotta send that to Ben.
Yeah, the new devils one that you came up with actually sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that one. But then I had one the other night, and it was a similar thing. I think it was something to do with like Grim Reaper, but there's a load of Reapers or something.
Okay.
And that's all I could remember. I forgot it before I could text you it. So
that does sound cool, man.
That story is gone.
Grim Reapers always look cool, like especially in art as well. Like you can make some cool looking...
it's like a an army of them, and they don't want to. One doesn't want to do what he's been told to do and stuff. I don't know.
I can already think of like a few shows that already have that kind of Grim Reaper kind of style there. Yeah, I think it's quite a popular idea.
Yeah, man. But
it is cool,
dude. So NFTs, right? NFTs. Yeah. Let's jump back to the crypto.
Yeah, man.
Why would someone buy one? I mean, I get like if someone really likes, it's like art. If you really like a piece of art, you buy it. But it's a bit different with NFTs because you can't just hang it up. I mean, you could print it out and you can
print it out and
hang
it up. No worries.
But like, but it's more like a digital thing. Why would someone buy one?
Right. So my NFTs personally, at the moment, they don't really have any like inherent value or utility.
Yeah.
They're just cool looking pieces of art, like you said, which is why I'm actually selling them for quite cheap. Like 10, 15 quid. Not very risky for somebody to buy an NFT for 10 or 15 quid, especially for something that looks cool. They could even use as a film background or something.
Yeah.
Currently, all the holders of my NFTs really get is access to an exclusive Discord channel in my server, where we'll discuss the story together and like explore ideas for the story. And they will have a governing say over how the development funds are used. So when I'm going to buy something, like maybe if I want to try and hire like a comic book artist, I'll do a vote in the channel, and everybody that holds a Jester will be able to vote yes or no if they want me to do that or not. Okay, if they think it's a good idea for the project. So that way it's kind of like the community kind of finding the path for the project rather than just me, which I think is a cool little use for them to start with.
It's definitely. So is everyone who is in the channel and votes and things like that, everyone who holds one of these NFTs, are they going to get credited?
What do you mean?
So, like, if this actually gets, put into a graphic novel, is there going to be a little page at the back with everyone's name in it?
Built by the Scorsese Discord server. Yeah, I could credit everyone.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
It's unique, man. It's such a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, there's also there's tons of things you could do with it. I got a couple more examples as well. Obviously, apart from the voting system, I'm planning on holders to have, maybe receive rewards in return for their support, like their early support in the project.
Yeah,
because I want the NFTs to represent like real tangible value. So maybe things like if the story kind of gets quite popular and we make like merchandise sales, the people holding like the NFTs that are relevant to that character who is selling merch. So like if people are buying shirts with the Jester on them, then the people who are holding the Jester NFTs, they can take like cuts of the sales from the merch sales.
Sweet.
They bought that Jester for like 10-15 quid. So like if we sell quite a lot of merch, then they're going to be making money back on their investment
definitely.
Easily. Apart from that as well, I kind of want to make it a card game based on the
Sweet. So
like longer.
I heard I heard you were saying something about card games. Explain that, bro.
Like later on, this would be like after the story is like out there. Kind of like, because I really enjoyed when I was a kid. I really enjoyed like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that. And I enjoyed like card games. But yeah, I would love for to make a card game based on the show, and then I could also add the utility to the NFTs that everybody who actually holds one of the NFTs can have access to a deck based on that NFT in like a digital card game that I've made. Yeah. So I'd make the card game that would link up to the Algorand wallet. It would scan your wallet for the NFTs, and it would load the deck in from the NFTs. Yeah,
that sounds cool.
Yeah, it would be really cool. I think.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, bro. Like, well, I think this whole project sounds super cool, and like, I am glad. I mean, I'm part of the crew, the Discord channel, and although I mean we spoke the other day, I'm not that active on it, but that's because I'm just not that active in general, to anyone or any of my any of the groups I'm in and stuff. But no, like I always enjoy seeing it, man, and like I think it could be a big thing, dude. Hoping
it's very obviously very experimental. Like this is pretty new. Yeah. It's pretty new technology, kind of. I mean, this
sort of thing and like crypto and stuff like that is what's coming. It's in now, and it's only going to be more so in the future.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe that more people are going to start building their businesses and projects using crypto like this because it's so much easier to do things. Like there are so many things I've done that would have been a lot more stressful if I tried doing them in a more traditional way. You know what I mean? I've made like a nice little starting fund for my project already, and I started it like a week ago from selling the NFTs.
Yeah.
So,
well, badass, man. I'm sure I'll when you bring it. I mean, isn't there a character? I think there's a character that might be somewhat named after me. So when the NFT of that one, when the NFT of him comes out, I'll be the first one to get one of those, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna be a cool
one. Sick, man. Well, yeah, like. I'm sure we'll have you back on the pod in future, and you definitely have to keep us updated.
Yeah, definitely
with this, man, because it sounds really cool. But bro, we are 29 minutes into this podcast.
Yeah, man.
And I haven't had anything to drink yet, dude.
Yep.
I'm getting real thirsty. I think it's time we jump into everyone's favorite segment. So what are we drinking? All right, dude. So I just totally forgot to sort of explain it to you. I mean, I think you've been on a pod where we've done a what we drink.
Oh, yeah.
I can't quite remember.
No, I've heard.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I forgot to be like, grab a beer or something, bro. So, but I messaged you just before we started, and I was like, have you got any beer? And you were like, yeah, man, I'm all good. So
not beer, bro, but I've got a cider.
Oh, okay. Go on then. Yeah. What are you drinking, man? What are you drinking today?
I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm drinking a Brothers Toffee Apple.
Nice. Fair play.
Yeah.
I fucking hate cider.
Yeah, but I've recommended it to a lot of people, and a lot of people have hated it.
Why? Is it got like a like?
It's very sweet, it does literally taste like toffee apple, like in a bottle.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I
know that's sometimes that's the problem with some of those flavored ciders, is they taste exactly like what it says. Like, isn't there a Brothers one that's like marshmallow and something or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't tried it though. Yeah. I tried the honeycomb one, and it was. I loved all of them, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, it tasted like.
Well, you are from down south, bro. You're from like the home of cider, man. So like,
they all taste exactly how they.
I remember it's absolute madness when I used to live down there. I'd go to the local pub and I'd be like, "What you got on tap? What beers you got?" And they're like, "Oh, well, we've got 14 different ciders, and maybe there's a bitter over there, like one ale or something." And for an ales man like me, it was just like, what? Like, there's so much cider everywhere. Not the biggest fan, but yeah, fair play, man. I know Fee loves those flavored ones. Yeah, she does. I'm not sure she likes that one though.
Probably not. I don't know many people who do.
Yeah, I think she likes the more like, the Recorder League ones that are like lime and pomegranate.
Yeah, Amy likes the old moot ones.
Yeah,
Kiwi and lime and stuff.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, old moot. Yeah. So you say it's I think I can sort of like I can taste it without tasting it.
I personally love it, but I think I'm just a bit weird.
Oh,
they do it.
Fair enough, bro.
They do a rhubarb and custard one as well.
Oh God, Jesus,
weird flavors, man. I like them though.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, while you're sipping on that toffee apple drink, I as always, I say this every single week, I forgot all about buying a beer until it was literally like an hour before the podcast. And I had to run over the road. There's a Morrison's over the road from my house, and I've been there so often that I've basically have had everything they've got. But I noticed there was a new lager in there, so I am drinking Camden Unfussy. Unfiltered lager.
Okay.
I'm not that much of a lager guy, but I touched it and it was ice cold, and I was like, "Yep,
it's a good start."
Camden Town Brewery is a good one. They make the Hell's Lager and stuff like that. I'm not sure what the appeal of like unfiltered is. I mean, I know what unfiltered means, but like, doesn't that mean that there's going to be like crap in there?
It sounds like it. Yeah, I really don't drink that much lager or beer and stuff. So
I don't drink much lager, but as I said, it's cold. It says as if it's poured from the tank at the brewery. It's got a load of hops. It's supposed to be hazy, full-bodied, and there's a fussy scale on the back, which is from fussy to unfussy, and this is 100% unfussy. So let's crack this bad boy.
That sound, I love that sound.
Yeah, it's such a great sound, isn't it? I think it's a great like text alert sound.
Yeah, true.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's a 4.9. It just tastes like it's just a really nice lager, but it doesn't have that like piss watery flavour that a lot of lagers have.
Yeah, well, most of them, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, yeah, me too, man. I'm not a big lager guy, but that's nice. It's got like a nice tang. It's definitely got that lager flavour, but like, yeah, it tastes more beery and less like watery. Which is a problem I think with a lot of like generic brand lagers. They just taste like beer water.
Yeah, I get that.
But no, this is pretty good. Sorry, I'm gonna have to keep. I'm actually really enjoying it.
Go for it. That's right. What's your like favorite drink that you've had so far on What Are We Drinkin?
I've had a lot of different beers. I think maybe about 5 or 6 episodes ago, or maybe even more, we did a little quiz. I don't know if you heard the episode, but there's an episode called Grizz versus Hamby. And we did a mini quiz on it, and one of the questions was to the nearest number, how many beers have been drunk on the podcast. Excuse me, just in like the what are we drinking section. And I can't remember now, but I think back then it was close to 66. And it's been maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks, maybe 2 beers a week, so we're up there now. We're getting a lot further.
Fair few,
But I think I have to say, still one of my favourite beers of all time, and one I just enjoy every single time I crack it, is the Jaipur by Thornbridge Brewery.
Okay.
It's a very strong, not very strong, it's a very hoppy ale.
Okay. I've never heard of it, so I'll have to like...
Yeah, I'll get one for you next time we hang out, man. I'll get one for you.
Cool.
I'll have to bring some beers down anyway, because you can't get shit all down there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, it's just very hoppy, and I just love it. I can drink it. It's the perfect beer for me. A lot of the times with ales, it's like a time and a place kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, this Jaipur is delicious. What about you? What's your favourite alcoholic beverage?
Yeah, actually, probably is this. I'm not gonna lie, I drink this all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
What percentage is it?
4.
Okay, yeah. So it's not just like a waste of time.
Nah.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fair enough, bro. Well, I've got this cracked open. You've got that open. I'm sure we'll be sipping them through the rest of the podcast. Let's leave this segment here and then move on to something else, dude.
Yeah.
What are we drinking?
All right, so these podcasts always have a little bit of entertainment news. Now, I think the last time you were on the podcast, bro, it was you were actually on a Harry's Half Hour episode. And as I was explaining just before we started this, this year I merged the half hour into the main podcast. I sort of mixed it all up a little bit. So now we do a entertainment news segment. I'm still unsure as to whether or not people actually like this. I only do it because I love this like entertainment news thing. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and stuff about this sort of thing, and I like keeping up to date myself. And one of the things that I would ultimately like this podcast to be is like a fun time, but also like a place where you get your news. You get your like up to date Marvel news, all sorts of stuff like that. So, first little bit of news. Did you hear that Taylor Hawkins died?
No, and I don't really know who that is. So,
Taylor Hawkins, drummer for the Foo Fighters.
Oh, Foo Fighters drummer, yeah. I heard the Foo Fighters drummer died, but I forgot his name.
Yeah. It's like, it's one of those things where obviously people die, right?
Yeah.
But this came out of nowhere. The Foo Fighters are currently on tour in South America, and it literally just I woke up the one morning to just news that was Taylor Hawkins has died. Now Taylor, I'm not a big Foo Fighters fan.
Yeah.
There's about 3 songs I like, literally 3 songs. Times Like These, Wheels, and Monkey Wrench. And
it's actually kind of weird because it was maybe a couple of months ago that I messaged you saying that Everlong has like one of the coolest drum tracks that I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And was that him?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
well,
crazy.
He also has played on a lot of albums that I love. Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette. I love that album, so many great tracks. He had a load of different side projects, and he just came across as like one of these genuine nice guys of rock music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like apparently he died like not just before, but before a show. Like fans were waiting for the band. Yeah, and initially it was sort of like, oh, he's passed, and everyone's saying, oh, it's really sad and stuff. No reports or anything as to why, but it's now come out because it's been a few days that apparently he had 10 different substances in his blood.
Yeah. I mean, I originally thought that anyway. They said that, I think it said that he was found. He was found dead somewhere. And usually
opioids, antidepressants, all stuff like that, man. And I just don't. I don't see why people do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's really sad news. Like rock music has lost a phenomenal drummer. I can say that even not being a fan of Foo Fighters.
Yeah, like, sure.
So found dead in Bogota on Friday. Sad stuff.
Yep.
So what everyone is probably talking about at the minute is it was the Oscars last night. Yeah. There's obviously something big happened, but we'll run through a little bit of something else first. So there's been, as always, there's a lot of winners, a lot of losers. I used to watch the Oscars every year up until about a few years ago. Now I sort of realise, like, what the hell's the point? Because it's pretty boring, apart from, like, the acceptance speeches. There's always, like, some weird dance number or something. They did, like, a weird dance to celebrate Bond this year, and it was, like, a load of sports people or something. Don't know what that was about. But here are some winners, right? So Coda won Best Picture, which snubbed out The Power of the Dog, which everyone thought was going to get Best Picture. Will Smith got Best Actor for King Richard, where he plays the Williams sisters' dad, Richard Williams. The tennis legends. Jessica Chastain won Best Actress for a film called The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Like Jessica Chastain, she thinks she's pretty good. About time she won an Oscar. No Time to Die won the Best Original Song by Billie Eilish and Phineas. I don't think that song's very good.
I know.
But I think it works as a pretty good James Bond song.
Yeah, it is a good one. I like it.
It's like Phineas and Billie Eilish and, I'm sure all the other people that helped.
Yeah. They
sat down and they listened to, like, every single Bond song. It's almost like they took the best bits and they just churned out some magic. That won Best Original Song. Jane Campion won Best Director for a film for The Power of the Dog. And Dune obviously won a lot of awards. I predicted it in the episode where I talk about Dune coming out. I said this thing's going to win Best Visual Effects. It's going to win Best Costume. I actually thought the film was pretty shit.
I haven't watched it.
Oh man, like maybe wait until the second one comes out and then watch them together.
Yeah.
Because I think that they're going to be good when they're together. The problem is that it's a lot of bollocks and then there's credits.
Okay.
And it's sort of like, what the fuck, But fantastic visual effects, fantastic costumes, fantastic like editing, cinematography, everything on it was very good. So, and it made me get into reading the books. So yeah, I guess it was pretty good.
But the book's much better.
I gave up. Mate, the books are so hard to read.
Yeah.
It's like, it's full of this, like, different language. It's full of, like, all these terms. And it's
kind of like Lord of the Rings books, maybe.
Yeah, but, like, times 10, bro.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, no, you are right, actually. Yeah, like, Lord of the Rings is, like, the seminal work in terms of fantasy.
Yeah.
It's the one that everyone looks for. Where Dune is the ultimate sci-fi, basically. It inspired so much stuff. It even inspired, like, most of Star Wars and stuff like that.
Okay.
I think there's about 6 books, but there's 3 by the main author. But you're right. They are like Lord of the Rings, very much in depth. Loads of made up words and things, and just quite tricky to listen to. Because I was audiobooking.
Yeah. Okay.
But this is what everyone is talking about, right? And let's just talk about this for a minute.
Yep.
Let's see what you have to think. So, last night, Will Smith walked up on stage and smacked Chris Rock upside the head, right? So what happened was, Chris Rock, he's hosting his little bit. He made a joke, as comedians do, as hosts do. They've got to keep the audience entertained. He made a joke. And basically, he made a joke aimed at Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, and about the fact that she had a shaved head. And he said, looking forward to G.I. Jane 2.
Yeah.
Now, G.I. Jane is a film starring Demi Moore in which she shaved her head, right? Jada Pinkett Smith has alopecia, I think it's called.
That's it.
And she has I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything about that. She has something where she either doesn't have hair or she has to shave her head or something. You know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But yeah, so something like that.
Yeah, Chris Rock made a joke, but it's not like he's not saying like ha 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 or you're unwell or something. He made a little joke, right? The camera cuts to Will Smith. Will Smith is slapping his legs. He's laughing, right? Finds it hilarious. Jada Pinkett Smith is rolling her eyes all the way around her head. And the camera cuts back to Chris Rock. Chris Rock is like, okay, moving on. And then he's like, oh, what's going on? Will Smith basically just marches right up to him, slaps him across the face, marches back down. And Chris Rock takes it like an absolute champ. He's sort of like, okay. And he's like, I just got the shit slapped out of me by Will Smith, ha. And he's sort of looking around a little bit. Will Smith gets back to his seat and says, and he shouts, he's like, you better get my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And Chris Rock is like, it's a joke, dude.
Yeah.
The audience goes dead silent. And Will Smith again is like, get my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And Chris Rock just sort of has to go, okay, and just carries on.
It was really weird. I watched the clip of it earlier.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to think of it. Do you reckon it was like...
I'm really pissed off. I'm really pissed off about it, right?
Yeah.
I really like Will Smith.
Yeah.
I think he's a great actor. I like Will Smith way more than I like Chris Rock, right? But I just think that as soon as he sat down, Will Smith should have been escorted out of there.
Yeah.
And he should have had his nomination scrapped. I don't give a shit who you think you are or whatnot. You can't fucking walk onto the stage where someone is working and smack them.
Yeah, I mean, it is like,
you know what I mean? Like,
legit assault, isn't it? Like,
yeah, like Chris Rock is a comedian. He's doing his job.
That's why I think, like, do you reckon it's legit, or do you reckon it was like a little, like, skit?
No, I think it's legit, man. You see the rage in Smith's eyes when he sat down, man, and you can sort of see that Chris Rock is like, is this a bit? He's like looking around afterwards, like, oh no, that just happened. Like, I just think that it's disgusting that Will Smith, that somebody would do something like that in front of millions of people that watch that look up to someone like Will Smith, and for him to be like, just, I don't know, man. I've had a big debate about this with Fee when I got home, because she hadn't seen it. She's a teacher now, so she can't have a phone on her or anything like that in the day. I am just... Yeah, it really annoyed me. I really don't like Will Smith anymore, man.
Well,
honestly, because the thing is right afterwards, he won Best Actor.
Yeah.
He goes up there and he's all teary and he's like, oh, yeah, it's about this. And he says, I want to apologise to the Academy. I want to apologise to my fellow nominees. Doesn't apologise to Chris Rock, who he's just slapped. You know what I mean? And then what I think's worse is that obviously afterwards a lot of actors and things were talking about it to the press, to the media. Like half of them are like, he did what he had to do, like nobody disrespects your woman and stuff. Yeah. It's like, dude, no. I mean, I'm sure you've seen clips of where like Ricky Gervais is hosting, for example.
Yeah.
And he is burning the shit out of everyone.
Can you imagine if it was him?
Oh God,
would have been way worse.
But you, as a an actor at a show like that, you take it on the chin. You know what I mean? It's not personal.
Maybe he was just having like a bad day or something. It struck a nerve.
I think so, man. And I just think that I mean, Chris Rock has said that he's not pressing charges. He's not filing any things. And there's actually an article that just came out before we started this that says apparently they've made up now. P. Diddy says apparently they've made up. But I think that Will Smith should be cancelled for that, man. I think that he genuinely should have not won. He should face charges. It's assault.
Yeah, but I mean, it's only assault if the guy you're assaulting press charges, right?
Yeah. But the problem is now, right, is what about all the millions of people that have seen that who go to a comedy show and go, I don't like that joke. I'm going to go up on stage and just smack the comedian because Will Smith did it.
True.
Yeah, it just... I just can't believe that somebody as big as Will Smith would do something like that, and I can't believe that he suckered everyone into clapping him and everything when he's like, "Love makes you do stupid things," while he's crying. Like, just nah, not cool. I am not a fan of the Smith family anymore, dude.
I heard some rumors about I Am Legend 2 or something.
Yeah. So we did it on the pod actually.
Oh, really?
I Am Legend 2. Will Smith producing, Michael B. Jordan producing, and Michael B. Jordan starring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me know. I've ranted about that for a few minutes because it genuinely annoyed me, right? But let me know what you listening think of that whole situation, the slap thing, because it seems pretty divided on the internet as well. Like, half the people are saying, fair play, Will, fair play, and the other half are saying, yeah, if you didn't like the joke, you should have spoken to him afterwards. Something. You don't smack someone you don't assault someone like that. So let me know what you think. Send an email, dudewutpodcast@gmail.com. I might do a little poll on the Instagram as well, or the Facebook or something, if I can figure out how to do it. So that would be super cool. Let me know. Bro, I don't know if you're a fan of Halo. I mean, you're not an Xbox boy. Are you a fan of Halo?
Yeah, I used to play some Halo back in the day.
Okay, well, the first episode of the Halo TV show has come out.
Right.
It came out on Wednesday.
I think I heard that it did pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting it to be crap.
What did it come out on?
So it came out on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
But I watched it online.
Yeah.
As I said, I was expecting it to be crap. Like, it looked crap. But surprisingly, it's all right. It's not great, but it's all right. I will be watching next week.
Okay, cool. I was just about to say, do you think it's worth a watch?
Maybe. Oh, yeah. If you like Halo, and also the good thing about this is it's a completely different timeline and everything.
Okay.
So it's got characters that you know, but they're not the same characters, if you get me. So you don't need to know anything about Halo.
Cool. So I don't really remember anything, so that's cool.
I not long ago played through all of them. I finished Infinite not that long ago, so I'm up to speed. But this is completely different. There was so I asked you before we started if you'd seen the Batman.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because I'm going to talk spoilers now in a second. So, spoiler warning for the Batman, everybody. Spoiler warning, the Batman. There has been a deleted scene come out the last couple of days. And it's the scene that director Matt Reeves was talking about, where Batman goes to talk to the guy who would become the Joker in prison.
Yeah.
And he basically just hands him some paperwork and says, what do you know about this guy? Talking about the Riddler.
Yeah.
And it's just a 5-minute back and forth. A very blurry, very out of focus, but it ends on one really clear image of the Joker and how they're making this guy look. Barry... Oh, man. His name... He's got like a proper typical Irish name. I think it's Keoghan. Barry Keoghan or Keoghan. But... yeah, it's pretty cool. It looks like they are going more down the Heath Ledger's Joker route.
That would be cool, yeah.
But yeah, it is a spoiler, so that's what the warning is.
I hated that. I hated that laugh though. Like, his laugh was so bad.
Yeah, it's like a. Yeah. I thought it was very much like a little boy's laugh.
Yeah. Amy didn't. Well, I watched it with Amy in the cinema. She didn't even think that it was the Joker. It was obviously the Joker in the cell.
Yeah.
But she didn't even think it was him because it was so bad.
Yeah. But yeah, so you can check that out on YouTube now. As I said, it's about 5 minutes, so probably worth a look. All right, last little bit of news. Phil Collins has said farewell to fans as he's performed his final Genesis gig at the London O2 on Saturday night just gone. 71-year-old actor has basically been doing all of his gigs for a little while in a chair. He's got a lot of really bad health issues. He says that he can basically barely hold a drumstick anymore, which is a shame. But, he's still rocking. He's just sat down.
Yeah, fair play.
But he's basically... He ended the whole night by saying, well, now I've got to go and get a real job. What an absolute legend.
Yeah, man, definitely. I didn't even know he was still going, to be honest.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He's I mean, just you don't even. I think even if you like just like standard generic shit pop music, there's still a Phil Collins song for you. Definitely, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, just anyone. If you say you don't like Phil Collins and you don't like Genesis because some of their stuff's a little bit out there, a bit concept, a bit experimental, just get on Spotify and search Tarzan soundtrack. Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It was a great soundtrack for sure.
It really is. It's genuine. Something I don't say very often, but it's genuine fire.
Yeah, it is great.
It is fire. So yeah, he is gonna retire and get a real job, in his own words. All right, so that was the entertainment news for this week. As I said, I'm still thinking about that Will Smith slap thing. Let me know. I want to hear. Right, bro. The meat of this podcast. This podcast is called something like The Best Cover Songs, although I might try and find a different name for it because I am aware that most of these podcasts are ending up as The Best Something or The Worst Something. But yeah, basically I said to Ben before we recorded this, bro, just have a think of some of, not necessarily your favourite, but like your favourite and just genuinely good cover songs. And write them down and we'll have a little bit of a chat about them. So I've been chatting for a little while, bro. Give us a cover song that you think is great.
All right, so I've got 3 that are very well known, but I think are great cover songs. And then I've got 1 that is like a YouTuber who I think just does loads of good covers.
Okay.
So to start off, it's got to be Hendrix with Along the Watchtower.
Yes, bro. I'm showing you my sheet right now. Can you see what the number 1 is on there? Yeah.
I mean, it has to be, right?
All
it's
Along
like
the Watchtower,
legit,
dude.
Probably the number 1. Like that is a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Dylan's version is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Dylan, the original writer of the song, very folky at the time.
Yeah.
And it's it is really cool, but what Hendrix did was something completely different. It sounds great. Completely different.
It was great.
I think I might have even sang a bit of the solo in a previous episode. Me and Adam spoke about the best studio guitar solos.
Yeah, definitely.
And we spoke about All Along the Watchtower on there, and that I said about that bit where it goes.
Yeah, man.
So
he
cool.
did some magic on that guitar, man, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that you can, or I can anyway. I always sing along to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Turn it up, sing along to it. It's great.
I love it.
It's really, really good. Yeah, that's a banging choice. You might have just jumped in there with possibly the best.
Maybe.
The best cover song. But here's another one for you. What about Higher Ground by the Red Hot Chili Peppers? You heard that one?
I probably have, but I can't.
It's probably one of those ones that you've heard and just have not thought it's a Chili Peppers at all.
Yeah, I can't.
Because it came out during the Mother's Milk era of Chili Peppers. And early Chili Peppers changed their sound quite a lot.
Yeah.
Higher Ground is obviously a song by Stevie Wonder. And it's a hell of a tune. It's very, very good.
I'll have to check it out.
It's a really good classic Stevie Wonder song. But Chili Peas did an absolutely great cover of it.
Yeah.
Probably not as good as the original, actually, for this one. But that bass line, and also I first heard this song when I was a little kid because it's on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie soundtrack. Yeah.
I used to love it.
There's a scene where they're all fighting like Ivan Ooze and all his buddies, and it just starts banging out the Chili Peas. Yeah, it's so
I should have known it'd be a Chili Peas one from you.
It's got to be a Chili Peas track on here. By the way, Chili Peas' new album out Friday,
no way,
bro.
What?
Friday.
I didn't even know about that.
Yes, man, it's coming.
I'm so out of tune with music updates and stuff.
Oh, I absolutely live for music. I find a new band or new album almost every day now.
Yeah.
I have 2.
I know that. I've seen your playlist, man.
Yeah. I'm coming up on 1,000 tracks in my second playlist now. My other one's at 10,000, so yeah, we're getting there.
It's crazy.
Here's another one for you. It might be on your list.
Yep.
Valerie, Mark Ronson, Amy Winehouse.
No, it's not on my list.
That's a good song.
It
man.
is.
So, most people, obviously that song was all over radio.
Yeah.
When it came out. Mark Ronson is not someone that I normally listen to. He's like one of these producer guys. Obviously, I love Amy Winehouse. Always thought she was very cool. But most people have not heard or cannot tell you who the original is by.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you know?
I know. I can't remember the name of them.
The Zootons.
Zootons, yeah.
Yeah, you got there. Yeah. You got there, just about.
Yeah.
Now, this is another one where I think that the cover is just as good. Because it's another one of those ones where they changed it up completely.
Yeah, definitely.
The original has got this... The original's a lot slower. And it's got this really cool, like... it goes like, why don't you come on over,
I used to love that song.
Yeah. And then it's got this like doom, 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 doom.
Yeah, man, I used to love the original.
Doom, 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 doom. And the Amy Winehouse one does the same thing, but it's like dep, 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 dep,
dep,
dep, dep, dep.
It's like jazzed up, isn't it?
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
It's like Winehousified.
Yeah.
That's it.
Winehousified.
Winehousified. Yeah, man. I play the original more than I play the Winehouse version.
Really?
Just because I really dig the slow, chonky riff.
Yeah, I used to actually listen to the original quite a lot, but I just forgot the name of the band. Because I think that's the only song that I know from them.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say, right? The Zootons, their first album was called "What Happened to the Zootons," and it's like, what the hell did happen to the Zootons? You know what I mean?
It's like they called it on themselves.
Yeah, they definitely did. I mean, I'm sure they have more tracks, but they were definitely like a one-hit wondery type band.
Yeah, for sure.
And I imagine they're probably still making money off that Winehouse cover.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Give us one, bro. Give us one.
I got like another classic one next. It's Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah.
Right, so I was going to put this on the list.
Yeah.
Except I love Jeff Buckley.
Yeah.
Love Jeff Buckley. Love it's that track called like Yard Full of Blonde Girls.
Oh man, I love that track. Yeah, it's a great track.
Such a good song.
Yeah.
But I cannot fucking stand this song.
Really?
Hallelujah. Yeah, I cannot stand it. I can't stand when fucking Leonard Cohen did it. I couldn't stand it when Jeff Buckley did it. When fucking Leona Lewis did it, or whoever, whatever, you know. It just goes on, and it's one of those ones where like someone will sing it and they think they're doing an amazing job at singing it.
True.
But no, fair play. It's the ultimate version of that track.
It is,
for sure,
in my opinion.
Leonard Cohen, he's more known for like spoken word sort of stuff, so he doesn't necessarily sing things. He like talks it, if you know what I mean. But Buckley, really, really good on that one.
Yeah, he did great.
That is a good choice. Sad how he went as well, isn't it?
Sad but awesome.
Oh yeah.
What a way to go.
Walked into a river singing.
Jumped into a river singing "Whole Lot of Love."
Yeah. Yeah. Badass.
Yeah.
Yard Full of Blonde Girls. Sorry, man.
What a way to join the 27 Club. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. So that's two 27s.
Yeah.
Winehouse and two 27s in a row. How old are you now, man?
I am 28.
Oh, nice. Passed it.
Yeah.
I'm still 27 until December, so there's still time.
Still got a chance, yeah.
Okay, here's one for you. What about The Sound of Silence by Disturbed?
That was literally next on my list.
Oh, is it? No way.
Yeah. And that's probably tied with Hendrix for my favourite cover of all time. Yeah,
so that song got Fee into Disturbed.
Yeah.
Because David Dramian or Draymon. I think it's Dramian.
Yeah.
The guy's name. I've seen him live. I've seen Disturbed live. He's one of these guys that like doesn't need a microphone. He's got such a powerful voice. You know,
can tell.
And I always thought he's like if Phil Collins is metal. You know, he's got that crazy great voice, and they always do a cover. So like on all of their albums, there's a cover song. They did a great cover of Land of Confusion by, I think that's a Genesis track actually.
Sure.
Sound of Silence is a weird one because it's by it's by Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
And it's very like melancholic, isn't it? It's like an acoustic, very beautiful yet haunting vocals on there by Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel. But Disturbed, like, just did something else with it, didn't
they brought like a whole like different kind of vibe. And I really preferred it, I think, to the original.
Oh, I think I prefer it as well. And I think Fee prefers it. But there is a live version, which I prefer to the recorded version of that song.
Yeah, definitely. But I think the live version is kind of tampered with a little bit, I reckon.
But is it the same one? I'm thinking of the live version with Miles Kennedy as well.
I'll have to check it out.
So they did a version with Miles Kennedy, and it's way more like the original.
Right.
It's like both of them singing it. It's still like epic and, you know, but they're doing this like haunting harmony the whole time.
Okay, no, I don't think I've.
And Miles Kennedy, you know, Miles Kennedy's got like a phenomenal voice.
Yeah.
He can really hit those high notes, and I really love that version. But Fee doesn't. Fee likes the original, the recorded version of it.
I'll have to check it out.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen them play that song live. I saw them, I don't know, early 2010s.
Yeah, it would have been it would have been good to catch that one live for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely like a light us up song, isn't it? You know, especially that bit where, so he's got like a loud, boomy voice, but it's almost like with a flick of the switch, he can turn on the gravel. He can turn on like the the huskiness, and it's those bits where he really is like, that, you know.
Yeah, he's got some good control over that for sure.
Oh, extremely well. The only thing I think with that guy, right, is you've seen his
his piercings look sick.
How does he not stab himself in the double chin with that, man?
Yeah, I don't know how that's set up, but it looks cool for sure.
Yeah, he's had them like, that's his thing. He's had them his whole career.
Yeah.
Those two little spike things. I can't remember what album they were promoting when I saw them. It was part of the Rockstar energy drink Taste of Chaos tour. And it was about 13 quid, which is crazy. And I saw Buckcherry, Papa Roach, Hailstorm, and Disturbed all on the same gig. Yeah.
For 13
quid? It was mad. It's about 13 quid,
that's sick.
Yeah. I love it when whenever I see a gig and it's cheap, I don't care who's on, I'll go. Like, I've recently been really into 80s style, like, hair metal, 80s hard rock.
Have you watched The Dirt?
I'm really into at the minute.
On Netflix?
Huh?
Have you watched The Dirt on Netflix?
Yeah.
I watched
liked that. Even liked, I love Motley Crue, always have done.
Yeah, man.
Don't like how Tommy Lee, the drummer, is now involved with like Machine Gun Kelly and all this like new wave stuff. I'm not into any of that shit.
Controversial, but I actually kind of like Machine Gun Kelly's newer kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. I know he's going more. It's almost like Machine Gun Kelly, Travis Barker, Avril Lavigne, a few other people. They're almost like
they're kind of bringing it back.
Yeah. Well, they're bringing it back, but it's different now.
I'm
fair
there
play
for sure.
I know a lot of people that that really love it. I don't, unfortunately, but no. So I'm really into that hair metal sort of stuff at the minute, and there's a band called Crazy Licks, and I've seen that they're playing in like Wolverhampton, and it's like £14 a ticket, but they're like an international band with like absolute bangers, and I'm so tempted to just.
I've never even heard of them, but if there's still bands going around doing that kind of thing, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, mate, like, have you ever listened to Steel Panther?
Oh, yeah, I've seen those, for sure.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. It's like that. It's like that sort of music, proper like Van Halen style. Yeah. Whoa! That sort of thing,
I would love to go and see something like that,
Yeah, man. It makes me want to grow my hair out. Just like wear a bandana around my head.
You'd rock that look.
Yeah, man. And get like I want to get one of those waistcoats where you put all the band patches on it and stuff. And yeah, dude. Yeah. So cheap gigs, they're the best. I've got some more, bro. What about Changes by Charles Bradley? Have you heard that one?
Don't, maybe, but I wouldn't know.
So Changes originally by Black Sabbath, the one I'm going through. Yeah. Well, that one, basically there's an artist that me and Adam, my friend Adam, both really love called Charles Bradley. Okay. And he's like a proper soul man. But he's almost like, it's a really sad story with him, actually, because he didn't get famous until he was like 50 and then he died.
What?
But he's got this like powerful like voice, so soulful, so good, and he did a cover of it, and it's a really, really great cover. I much prefer it to the original. I'm not too keen on Ozzy's voice in the original one.
I'll have to go back and check it out. I'll have to like go back and through this podcast and listen to all of the songs that I have to go check out.
Hell yeah, man. Changes by Charles Bradley. And if you like that, just listen to some of his other stuff.
Yeah, will do.
He's got a track called Why Is It So Hard, which is the first track that I sort of listened to get into him. Yeah. And so good, so cool, great music. Changes by Charles Bradley. So have you got one more, bro?
Oh yeah, I was just going to mention
right, well, I've got 4 more, so let's go for your last one.
Okay, it's that Josh Turner on YouTube.
Okay, right, so let's clear this up a sec, right. When you said to me the first time ever, because you got me into that Josh Turner on YouTube, Josh Turner music.
Yeah.
When you said, have you heard Josh Turner? I was like, hell yeah, man, country all the way, brother, amen. Like, because there is one of me and Fee's favourite country acts, Josh Turner.
Yeah, I know.
Had a deep voice. Yeah. It's not that guy.
It's not that guy, no. No, it's this different dude on YouTube. He's just like a low-key demon on the guitar, man. Like, all of his covers are great. His songs of swing. My baby just cares for me. I love that cover.
Yeah.
And there's loads. There's just so many great covers that he's done.
It's interesting that you mentioned Josh Turner music, actually, because the other day I was at work, and I like to, I work hard, I play hard, so I get all my work done, and I like to watch some shit, listen to some music while I'm at work. So I was just thinking about music, and then all of a sudden it was like, bang! Oh my god, there's a video I used to watch years ago, and it was like a gypsy swing thing, and I was like, what is this video? What is this video? And I was texting you, and I think you were asleep or something, probably. So I was like, what's this video, bro? It's got this guy, and he's playing bass, and he's making a weird face and stuff. And I eventually found it, and it was a Josh Turner music song, and it was that All of Me.
Yep, that's it. Awesome. That's such an awesome cover.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I'm going to have to listen to it after this.
yeah.
Like, I need to hear that.
It's that good. Like, I'm going to go and listen to some of this stuff as well.
Josh Turner music. He's not really like any one genre, really, is he?
Nah,
he sort of just does it all.
Yeah, just does what he likes. But he's so good. He's so good on that guitar, man, for sure.
Yeah, because the one I like, that track I like, is definitely like gypsy swing, gypsy jazz.
Yeah.
And I actually, he's got like a guest player on that one.
That guy's insane. And on that. Yeah. On that album.
He is, dude. I looked him up afterwards and then listened to some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool, super cool. Really love that gypsy swing, gypsy jazz stuff. My dad's massively into it, and he can play it as well.
Yeah,
like, it's pretty phenomenal to see, because it's that like million notes a minute, but it's not heavy metal. You know what I mean? Like
it's probably very hard to play. Yeah.
Oh yeah, ultimately you need a certain sort of guitar to play it as well. Okay, here's some more for you. What about Always on My Mind by Elvis Presley? Because that was a cover. because it was originally by Gwen McRae.
And
then my favourite version of that song by the Pet Shop Boys, always on my mind.
Okay.
So good. Da, 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 da. Mate, such a good track. That's one of the ones that you've got to turn it all the way up.
So the Pet Shop Boys cover of it is the one that you're...
Is in my opinion, it's better than Presley's version.
I don't know if I've heard that one.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably one of those ones that you have heard because it's a sort of song. Yeah. It's the sort of song that gets played like in a supermarket.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'll check it out after this, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones where it's like, it's just on and you hear it. But I tell you what, do you remember when I lived down by you? Fee went to Australia for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
and you were coming around like every single day, and I massively went. Yeah, I massively got into like 80s music and stuff like that. This is that all over.
Yeah,
you're probably going to listen to this song and be like, hell yeah, I remember the summer 2018, baby.
yeah, you probably did play it then. Yeah. No, that was such. Was that when we made those like horrendous burgers on the?
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah. So I lived down there for about 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, it probably was longer than that because I had a couple of jobs and I was at each job for a couple of years. But yeah, like we worked at the same. That's how we met. We worked at the same place for a while, and the shift pattern was great. Loads of spare time, loads of free time. Fee was traveling around the world having a great time, so we were just at my house making greasy burgers and listening to 80s music, basically. Here's another one for you. Might not know it's a cover. It is Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper.
No way is that a cover.
It's a cover. Yeah, what? It's originally by Robert Hazard.
A guy?
And, yeah. I actually haven't heard the original.
Neither have I.
But I imagine it's probably completely different. I can't imagine a guy singing it the way Cyndi Lauper sings it.
Well, no way. Like, I legit thought that was her song.
Well, yeah. To be fair, I did as well. I looked at loads of different lists and things like that to sort of compile a few, and I thought it deserved a spot because, yeah, like when you think of Cyndi Lauper, you think of Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Yeah.
Like every time, and yeah, it's a cover, bro.
Crazy.
Okay. There's two more. One of them is another fantastic song. The other one is one that is just like a smaller one that I really love. But what about Over the Rainbow by Israel Kamma? I gotta pronounce this right. Israel Kamaka Wiwole.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Good job.
Kamaka Wiwole.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's definitely.
Somebody once told me the way to not butcher someone's name is to just go straight into it. Don't even think you're saying it wrong. Don't just go. And I always think, right, I'm going to blast this. There's like 15 letters in this, bro.
No way. It probably doesn't even have anything like what you just. It's probably like Jim or something.
Yeah. But no, it's a great song. I learned it on ukulele not too long ago.
Yeah. It's a great cover.
It is, and it's originally by Judy Garland, obviously, Wizard of Oz, but there's just something really magical about that song, and I think what adds to it is that like the music video for that song is his funeral.
Yeah.
Because I think he died for whatever reason, but like it's like a beautiful send off, and it's all like these guys in traditional outfits and boats and things like that, and they're pouring his ashes into the sea, and
he definitely did something.
He's got
something special with that song.
Yeah, definitely, because he's a big lad, right? Yeah. He's a really big lad, but he's got this like buttery smooth voice.
Just like the restyle of it, like the way that he just completely changed it was genius.
Yeah, ultimately, yeah, incredible. I didn't like it the first time I heard it.
It was on an advert, right? I think it was on an advert.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit too sickly sweet.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I bought a ukulele. I've got 2 ukuleles now, but I bought a ukulele and I thought, what am I going to learn? Oh yeah, well that's the first song that comes to mind, you know. And I to be fair, I'm not much good at it now, but I put a bit of time into it, and it made me just really like the song. I think it's because I could play along with it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sort of a newfound appreciation for that song. All right, man. Last one. So I've probably played you this one before, actually. It is "Since You've Been Gone" by A Day to Remember.
Yeah, that was on one of my playlists for a while because of you, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's so originally by Kelly Clarkson. Excuse me. Whose song is good. Like the Kelly Clarkson one is good. It's a good song. It's like a pop rock, you know. But A Day to Remember, who are, I believe, a metalcore band, which is where it's like screamo-y verses with clean choruses, I think is the description of metalcore. But they are, they're like really heavy metal punk kind of stuff is what they do. And they did a cover of that song, which is just, it's crazy good. It's so good. Really powerful. It's all clean except for like the end of the second verse has got this like breakdown bit, you know, where he does some shouting and stuff. And then it goes straight back into "Since You've Been Gone."
Yeah, man.
You know, like,
it's a good cover. I'll give them that.
It's a really good cover, and it's one of the songs that I've been listening to for years, since high school, since I found out about that band. So that's all I've got. I mean, there are more that the more I think, the more I can come up with.
You had way more than me, but yeah, I didn't really have much time to think about it because I was like in the course when you sent me the message. So
yeah, well, that's all right, man. Like I say, I went through a few of them I thought of myself, and the rest of them I was like scrolling through lists and things, and I was like, oh yeah, like that is a great cover, you know. So I tried to come up with ones where some of them it's the cover song is better than the original, or it's completely different and as good. You know?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you chose some great ones.
But let me know what you think of a lot of those songs, and also if you can think of any fantastic cover songs, let me know. Send an email, dudewutpodcast@gmail.com, on Instagram, at DudeWutPodcast, on Facebook, pretty much anywhere. I think you might even be able to comment on Spotify now or something. I know you can leave reviews on there now. So, we have come to the end of another episode of Dude What Podcast. Bro, it's been great having you on and chatting to you.
Yeah, it's been good, man. Yeah.
We'll have to get you on again maybe in a few weeks to talk updates on the old Skull Sage
I'm down for that
project.
Yeah, hopefully I've made some good progress by then. And I'm not just...
Well, really enjoyed having you on, man. Great to chat. I love music, always have, so I really enjoyed this week because, like I said, I was just looking up all these different covers and things.
Yeah, man.
I'm definitely going to be listening to a few of these in a few minutes.
Same.
If you really like this podcast, what would be a big help is if you go to a website called buymeacoffee.com/DudeWutPodcast. You can send a shiny £1 coin my way. And basically it will just go towards the running of the podcast, and maybe even maybe towards a website if it's only like £10 a year.
It's
maybe
cheap,
I'll get like a Dude What website or something. Anyway,
definitely. You said you got email.
Sorry,
you said you got an email already, right? So I think it's pretty easy to set up a website.
Yeah. buymeacoffee.com/DudeWutPodcast. Send anything as long as you don't need it, of course. If you need it, keep it for yourself. We will be back next Tuesday. There'll be another episode. Also, there should be a live stream on Friday. Missed it the last 2 weeks because First week I couldn't do it. I had a lot of stuff come up. Second week, last week, nobody was about. I literally was on my own and I was ready to go, and I thought, you know what? I think it's going to be boring as shit if I play Batman for an hour and just talk bollocks. So I ended up not doing it. But if you think that would have been cool, let me know, and then next time I can't get anyone on, I will just play a game on my own and just talk about it. Maybe I'll come up with some facts or something that I can basically reel off while I'm playing. So, yeah, everybody, thanks so much for listening. Thanks for recommending it to your friends. And getting more people listening to the podcast. So until then, we will see you next time, everybody. See you later.